Hey everyone, welcome back to our Synced Up Designs Equipment Academy. My name is Kyle, and today we're going to be taking our original cones exercise and adding some body contribution to it. Y'all know the drill. If you haven't yet, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And then as always, hit that bell icon so you can stay up to date with anything we upload in the future. Anyways, let's get into our cones with body. So when it comes to the sequence of this exercise, it's gonna be fairly different. It's just gonna feel a little bit off compared to the original exercise. The overall structure is gonna remain the same, where we do our quarter checkpoints, half checkpoints, and then continuous cones. Obviously, again, adding body to it, but the sequence may vary just a little bit to contribute for the new body contributions we're doing. So we're going to be starting in a turned out second position, which is the same as the regular cones exercise. We'll begin with our quarter checkpoints. And when we do these checkpoints, we're not going to be adding any body to them specifically, because this is just going to get us moving with the flag and kind of remind us of where those checkpoints are before we start adding the contribution of the body. So we start in that second position. We're going to work through each of the quarter checkpoints, holding 2 counts in between them as we go through all of it, and then finishing back to that angle when we get through the 2/16. Again, keeping the body still, working through each of those checkpoints, making sure it's a sharp sharp hit, and then moving on count 8 and to then hit on the next count, moving on the and count before the count you're supposed to hit this specific position, depending on where you are in the exercise. So now we're gonna move into our half checkpoints, and this is where we will start adding the body. But one other thing that you need to know about what we're gonna be doing in this exercise is the half checkpoints and the continuous spins are now gonna happen in what we call around the world, which essentially means we're gonna be traveling in a circle as we go through this exercise so we can do the cones in all corners or flat wall positions of the room. So let's first go over the checkpoints in their new position as we go through. So we start flat in front of us. Instead of just going to this forward position in front of us, we're actually going to take it to this front 45 to the left side of our body here. From here, I'm going to move to that back 45 behind my head, but I'm going to turn to face this other corner over here. So I moved from this left corner in front of me to the left corner behind me, and I brought the silk behind my head. I am then going to continue the same motion and move to the next corner, which is this one over here, and I'm going to hit this forward angle, which is our third half checkpoint. And then when I finish this out, I'm going to round it back to the front of the room and bring it back to that right angle position as I go through. So just take a second to work through each of those angles, traveling around the room as we go through, and then we can work on adding the body on top of it. So now that we've had a little bit of time working on the corners, let's go ahead and add the body to it. So when we did this, we took a step out with the left foot, we brought our right foot around to get to this corner, took another step out with our left foot, and brought it back around to the front by bringing the right leg around. It's gonna be a similar approach when you do this with the specific body. So when we hit this first angle over here towards this corner, we're just gonna take a step with that left foot and go into a lunge position. My hips and my shoulders are facing towards my flag, but my legs are still turned out. The front leg is bent and the back leg is straight, and I'm in this lunge position. I'm gonna bring my head slightly down, but it's not gonna be fully contracted over, just a slight lowering of the head. From here, I'm gonna bring the right leg to meet the left leg around to the other corner in releve here. So I'm just gonna meet it in first position releve, and I bring my flag up to this back corner while I am facing this corner to the other side of the room. From here, I'm gonna step out with that left leg again, but instead of hitting a lunge, I'm gonna hit a forced arch plie. So both of my legs are bent, and I am lifting that back heel up, and my head goes back to being down again. From here, I finish it out by bringing it around to the front, and I finish that cone out to the front. So the body itself goes step out in a lunge, bring it together first position releve, step out into a forced arch, and then bring it around into second position. Lunge, releve, forced arch, second. And then you repeat that one more time as we go through. So you'll do this twice through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So you'll do 2 16s worth of this as we go through. So a quick demo of one of this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Then you repeat it one more time. So now moving on to our continuous cones, similar to the half checkpoints, we're gonna be doing these around the world. When we do our continuous cones, we have a top cone and a bottom cone. I want you to remember that as we go through this, all of the top cones will be at the same corners that we just did for our half checkpoints. The bottom cones, however, are gonna be in between each of those corners. So if we do a top cone to this front corner right here, the bottom cone after it is gonna be to the wall directly next to it, so to the side of the room. And then we'll do a top cone to that next corner that we did, and then we'll do a bottom cone to the back of the room. So you go corner, wall, corner, wall. We repeat that again to go to this corner here, bottom cone to the wall, and then we finish it out with a corner, top cone right here, and then bottom cone back to the front of the room. So just again, same thing we did as the half checkpoints. Take a second to work through each of those corners. You go corner, wall, corner, wall, corner, wall, corner, back to the front of the room as we go through. Now the body as we go through is gonna be a continuous movement. Whenever you're doing a top cone, you're gonna take a step with that leading foot, which the first one will be your left foot, and then you're gonna drag the back foot into a coupe position. So when I do that first top cone, I go top cone, drag here. To transition between those drag steps, I'm gonna do 2 releve steps. So I took a step with my left foot and I dragged my right foot. When I go to my bottom cone, I'm gonna lead with that foot that just dragged and go releve, releve, stepping directly onto a releve foot. So I went top cone and releve, releve to finish my bottom cone. From here, I just took a step with my left foot, so now I step across with the opposite foot to then drag my left foot behind. Drag, step, and then releve, releve. So think about just alternating your feet. You go drag, step, opposite feet. Drag, step, opposite feet. Whenever you do the releves, it's the bottom cone. Whenever you do the plie drags, it's going to be a top cone. So quick demo of all the way around the world. We go lead with the left foot, drag the right foot, lead with the right foot to go releve, releve. Then now we step with the right foot, drag the left foot, lead with the left foot into the releve, up and up. We repeat the process, left, right, right, left, and then we do the last one to go right, left, and then for here, when we finish this out, instead of going into releve, we're just gonna open up into a second position because that'll be the end of the right side. So last quick demo of that, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, third, fourth, back to second position. Once you finish the continuous cones around the world, you do the exact same transition we did for the standard exercise. Push out 1, 2, 3, 4, back 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you're on the left side and you're ready to start your quarter checkpoints. And just to review the exercise on the left side, we just finished our transition. We go into our quarter checkpoints for 2/16 worth. We have no body contribution, and also these are not going around the world. They stay flat to the front. From here, we've pushed to our first corner, which now will be the front right corner because we're working the left side. We step out with the right foot into a lunge. We pull around to this back corner over here behind our head and drag the left foot up into a releve first position. When we go to this corner, we're gonna step down into a forced arch position, leading with that right foot, and then we circle back around, stepping across with the left foot. Then from there, we'll repeat that one more time. After we finish the 2 sets of half checkpoints, we move into our continuous, which remember is gonna be that drag, step, releve, releve. Instead of leading with the left foot, you're gonna lead with the right foot and go towards this corner. Drag, step, releve, releve, drag, step, releve, and drag, step, releve, and drag, releve. Sorry, not releve at the end. The last one you'll do drag and flat foot to finish it out. From here, you'll push out, do the same exact transition, get back to the right side, and as you do in every exercise, you can either repeat if you would like, or that would be the end. So the 2 biggest things that you want to be focusing on as you're working through this exercise is first making sure that you're very aware of your corners as you go through, as well as the halves. If you haven't seen the video on our 27 points in space yet, this is where it can become super helpful because those 8 vertical lines that surround you is where you're going to be facing to do your cones. So the 1, 2, 3 point or the 7, 8, 9 point all the way around, those are your corners. And then when we do the continuous points, it's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way around the room. So just really use that to your advantage to really visualize where you should be facing in the room. And then for the continuous spins with the feet, you really want to make sure, if I'm working the right side, I first step with the left foot, I drag the right foot, and then from here, I am continuously alternating which foot I am moving or stepping on, yeah? So we do our drag the left, step with the left, drag the right, step on the right, step on the left. Then we alternate step right, drag left, step on the left, step on the right. So just really think about that as you go into the next top cone, you're switching which foot you're leading with to begin the drag step. And that is the end of our video explanation for our cones with body exercise. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like down below. And if you have any questions, as always, leave that down below and I'll be there to help you guys out. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Happy spinning, stay safe, and have fun.